Hi y'all, welcome to my channel where I discuss fragrances. So I just recently reached 100 subscribers and I want to thank all of you who have subscribed. I'm so happy you're here. For those of you who are new, I'm Melody and on this channel I discuss fragrances. If that interests you, I would love it if you would subscribe. I post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Today I want to share with you 10 fragrances that I think would be perfect for this Valentine's Day. So if you're interested, please keep watching. When I sat down to think about the fragrances that I had and what I would recommend for Valentine's Day, I struggled a little bit because my husband and I have a child with special needs. So it's hard for us to actually get out of the house and have a date night and trust that she will be cared for properly. She has a heart condition and she also struggles with seizures. So we don't typically go out, but I imagined in certain circumstances, before we had kids or what have you, different date night scenarios and what fragrances I would pick for those. So while my family will likely just stay in and we'll just do a little Valentine's party with our three girls, these are fragrances that I would probably pick in different date night scenarios. So my first category was like a sweet, girly, flirty kind of daytime date, or maybe you guys are just going and doing something fun like putt-putt or something. My favorite, like, kind of just fun outing, honestly, if it's a little childish, but I love laser tag. It's my favorite. um, we haven't gone in years, but if someone asked me what I would want to do for my birthday, it'd just be a bunch of adults playing laser tag. So that's a little something about me that's a little goofy, but anyways, the two fragrances that I put in that category are Beyond Romance by Ralph Lauren. I think that this fragrance is just so light and sweet and powdery. It's got a raspberry note, and so it's a little tart in the opening, but it dries down to this really sweet, powdery fragrance I think is just beautiful. Similarly, I also picked Burberry Her, the original. I think this is another really beautiful fragrance. It opens with berries, primarily strawberry, and then dries into more of this like powdery, fruity, sweet fragrance. So both of these are that like sweet, girly, flirty fragrance. The next category was dinner and a movie, so something casual, more like jeans and a t-shirt, something cozy, comfy, not so dressed up. I had Paco Rabanne's Pure XS. I've mentioned multiple times before, I love this fragrance and I really pick up on that popcorn note. My youngest daughter calls it our movie theater fragrance because she'll wear this with me as well. I really get that popcorn note, but it's also, I would say, pretty laid back in general. This fragrance, I think, is actually really lovely. It just makes me so happy when I wear it. So this would be my first pick for dinner and a movie kind of date. I actually struggled trying to figure out which one I would put in this category along with it, but I decided to pick BDK's Rouge Smoking. This is a newer fragrance to my collection, but I absolutely love it. There's something just so kind of fun and fresh. It smells like cherry Coke, honestly, and it stays there, but it settles on the skin, so this would be a nice one in a movie theater. It wouldn't be too bothersome to people around you, but I absolutely just love this fragrance. The next date night scenario I was thinking of was like a nicer restaurant, something where you want to be a little bit more elegant or sophisticated. You're wearing a nice dress, and you just want to feel more done up. And so for me, I don't have a whole lot of those fragrances. Most of the fragrances I wear, I just wear around the house and stuff. However, the two that I picked for my collection, the first one is Mon Guerlain. It is a more classy vanilla. It's got lavender in the opening. I don't know what it is about this, but it just feels really elegant and sophisticated to me. I think this is a beautiful, classy, it could be like a signature scent. It's just stunning. And so this is my first pick. My next pick is Givenchy's Linterdy. I love the whole Linterdy line, and I find them just to be so beautiful. And I think that the original Linterdy is quite elevated and sophisticated. I think of it being like a classy woman fragrance. It's a little bit bubblegummy, but it is done in such a sophisticated way. So this would be my elegant date night fragrance. To be honest, that's not something that my husband and I do often, but this would be one that I'd probably wear in that scenario. Now, this is a category of fragrance that I'd probably never do myself. My husband and I aren't like bar goers or anything like that. But for those people who are, that go to the bar or club or something, I have two fragrances that most fit that category in my mind. So the first one I have is Guerlain's Black Perfecto. I think it is the licorice and the leather notes in here that make it kind of dark and a little bit more brooding. It's got kind of a bright tart cherry, but it dries into this more like dark leather scent to my nose, and so for me, this one would fit that category. In fact, this doesn't feel like my personality, but I do like it. The more I'm wearing it, the more I'm enjoying the fragrance, but something about this just does not feel like me, and I don't know of many scenarios where I would actually feel comfortable wearing this fragrance. Um, like I said, we're just not club or bar people, so but for people who are, I think this might be a nice fragrance. Another fragrance in that same vein for me was La Belle Le Parfum, but this fragrance has the same kind of vibe as Black Perfecto to me. It also has a leather note in it, so there's a bit of a similarity there, but I do think this is a really beautiful kind of darker, richer pear vanilla fragrance, but it is really thick and rich and kind of decadent and a little dark and sexy. So I definitely think this would be like a really nice kind of bar date night scent. And lastly, I have more of the cozy, cuddly, stay at home kind of date night fragrances, which is more my vibe and our style. So I have a whole bunch of fragrances like that, but the two that I picked for this scenario were Ariana Grande's Cloud. This is just a fragrance that I wear all the time, and it's just so cozy, and just a wonderful fragrance for that. Another one that I did consider is also by Ariana Grande, the REM. It's a little bit sweeter to me. In fact, I think, the more I'm talking about it, I actually think REM might be an even better option for Valentine's Day. Since I wear this so regularly, I don't think it's all too special to me, but I think it is a really sweet, cozy, cuddly kind of fragrance. Last, I had Fresh Cream Warm Cashmere. I just think of this as the cuddliest, softest, and just nicest overall, like vanilla, cozy up kind of fragrance that I have in my collection. So this one I think is like a really nice, sweet, just comforting kind of fragrance. So these were my picks for some perfect Valentine's fragrances, and I'd love to know what you plan on wearing this Valentine's Day. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you do, please give it a like. I hope you come back and watch some more of my videos and subscribe. If you have any other suggestions on videos you would like me to make, please drop those down in the comments below. I hope you have a blessed day. Bye.